How's it going, everyone? It's been a little bit since I saw this comment, so I'm not sure exactly how to answer it. But somebody asked, not too recently, I can't remember when, if I would show the customization to how I kind of customize my characters. They didn't specify a certain character, so I figured I would start with Warden and kind of just do a quick showing of how my other characters look. And if you guys want to know how I set up another one, let me know. But since Warden is currently the main, I'm trying to get Warden to rep 70, and then I was debating Lawbringer, maybe Berserker. I'm not sure who I'm doing next. I might do Hitokiri just because she's a super strong character, and it's always nice to have, a strong character. Warden's currently my strongest, so this is my more realistic look. I was kind of just going for a more medieval knight, but like higher class, where he kind of has the engravings. He's kind of a royal, a little more royalty than you would expect. So I'm using a legendary tier. You could use the wings and stuff like that. The wings still look really nice on it. I still think Domini's Shame is probably one of the best ones you can get, that you just can get in general. If you're going to go into ranked, you can unlock stuff like this. These, I guess, these are horrible. I would never use these. A couple of these other ones you have to get character skins and stuff for. So I just like the Eagle's Head. I was looking for something a little bit smaller, not too big, because I was trying to think more realistic. So nothing too heavy, nothing you could get your like these stand tall. You could hit your head on something, look like an idiot. So I was trying to go with something a little bit shorter that's still somewhat head level around there. I'm using silver rather than the normal iron, and that's simply because the silver just looks a little cleaner. There shouldn't be as much rust as there is. I own armor, and you don't want it to rust. There's still a ton of rust on all of it, but the silver at least makes it a little less noticeable, I guess. Black iron technically would be the easiest to hiding it, but I wanted to go with something a little more realistic. There wasn't a whole lot of black iron. Headpiece, I just don't use any paint or symbols or anything like that. You could if you wanted to, spice it up a little bit. Something like this would be nice. It's just there's not a whole lot of helmets in that era that actually had a whole lot of engravings, although this one would kind of work. I like how it is super detailed, but it's not like super bulgy like that. As for the left shoulder, for this one, I'm using the helm and shield. I just wanted something that wasn't going to be like a giant skull on it or anything like too super fancy. So I'm using that with no paint. And then on this side, I'm using the two-headed eagle. Once again, I don't have any paint on that. I don't know too many people that actually would have painted. And then I am using a green, and I'm using the Black Prior event thing. Good alternatives to this would be the Hitokiri event, stuff like that. Some of these obviously are a little weirder to get, but I'm using the Snarling Lion, rep 30 for the back, because it seems more appropriate, I guess, to a knight serving a king or something like that. I'm using the Ring Mail. I've had that forever. When I first got the game, that was the first thing I bought, was the fire effect. And for the color, I was using the Season Pass color. For attack, I'm using the Blackstone Legion, and defense, I was using a hero tier Warded Forest, which I could put the normal one on. This was just a little bit different. So my next one is basically just a dueling thing. He does have 2 perks. It could be used. I just use my 3 perk normally. So this one, I obviously am using Pegasus Rider. Sorry, I'm very tired and I'm trying to keep up with my own brain, and it's defunctioning. It's not functioning properly. Black Iron, because I've always loved Black Iron. It looks great on everything. Again, I didn't have anything except for this. You could take it off. It does seem a little weird now that I see it. I was mainly going for that because the sides of the helmet had it as well. And, you know, it's not that noticeable, so I figured why not. This side I have the Griffin paint. I always like to have one shoulder at least with some paint. And then I have the Hero Tier fist. This side I'm running the Hero Tier Victorious Knight. It just fits well. It's big enough. There's a couple other ones if you don't have that. Like the Lion fits well. The Skull fits pretty well. There's a couple others that fit pretty good. For the back, I don't remember where I got this. The Lunar Swirl, maybe Outworld bundle. I don't remember that one, but I have it. And that was basically just for the dark blue effects here, where it kind of looks like the smoke, which is why I put the Recon Skull right here, which, as it says, you have to have Wildlands to do that. If you don't have Wildlands, obviously you could put basically anything on here. You could do a Polyon event if you have that. Basically anything. I just thought that one looked nice. Let's see. Bottom part, I have Apollyon's Warbringer 1. I've always liked that look, and then I'm also running the Hero Tier on that one as well. And that's basically the customization for that. I guess I should have gone over, you know, like what I'm using. For this one, Tranquil Wayfarer helm, it's more historically accurate than a lot of these. Like this one you wouldn't really be able to see out of all too well. This one you could see out of. There's not a whole lot wrong with it. It's just the islets. I don't know. I wouldn't personally wear it. It does seem okay. It just seems like a blade could fit underneath the back here. I don't know. This one is good, except there's no breathing holes. There's another one on here that has breathing holes, but they're super big. So I don't know. This one is almost great. But again, the breathing holes are giant. You could fit like PK could fit her sword up in there, short sword. I'm using the Fendril chest because I wanted the lion piece there. Using just default arm, I don't have anything there. And then I'm using the Black Prior event. I'm pretty sure it was Black Prior event. Blade, Gardonkin hilt. You could use a couple other hilts, just something that would be more usable realistically. And then again, the Black Prior guard there. And as for this one, I'm using the newest helmet, newest chest plate, and then I'm using the Executioner arms just because, you know, they're big, they're fancy, they look nice. This blade is going to be the same for my normal Warden. There's a couple blades that I really liked. But I ended up just settling on this one. I'm not going to try to pronounce these things because I know I'm going to get them wrong. So, yeah, fuck it, I'll try. Egger King blade. See if I'm right. Too tired to try too hard. Kelia hilt is what I'm running here. You could also do this. This would also look really well. The Gilgamesh. Anything gold-ish or dark. And then Camulus guard. There's not, I gotta be honest, there's not a whole lot of guards I like. A lot of them kind of tend to be like this, where they're super thick and bulky, or like this one just, what is it? That's not too bad. It's still, oof, this one's terrible. There's just a lot of guards in this game that I gotta be honest, I don't, they're so big. There's just so many guards that would be worse for you than good for you. And that's you know, the perspective I'm coming from. Obviously, I'm not gonna talk shit on anyone that's using these. The only time that I ever, and I'm sure my friend's gonna comment, the only time I ever look at a Warden and I'm like, oh god, is when you're running the curved blades and stuff like that. Like, like something like this, I'm just like, what the fuck? I've never cared for the curved blade on Warden. I don't remember what this one as well. I don't know what it is. I've just never liked the curved blade. And then this is my main look. It's just my 3 perk, so obviously I'm running this. Nothing on here. Again, Pegasus Rider. If I didn't have that, I would probably just go with Dominie's Shame. It fits well. I'm running silver because I wanted to give the gold a good accent. Black iron everyone uses, so I kind of wanted to just be a little bit different. But you also can't use gold because then you don't see the gold accents. Copper just doesn't look good. White's kind of Oh, there you go. We could go pink. No. Let's stick with silver. It looks good. For my right shoulder, using the Lunar Swirl 2 with the fist again. I don't know why I use the fist. It's always been there. I don't know. I just liked it. This one I'm using Skull 1, and then the back I'm using the Warbringer 2, which is personally my favorite back piece if you're going to use it. Now, if you're using the other chest plate that has the chest plate guard, it hangs down a little bit lower, and this one I think ends up looking a little stranger, so I wouldn't use this on those, but I can't remember which one I did use for those, and I don't think I have one of those in my inventory right now. Again, I'm using the fist, the helm, for the hero tier, and for down here I'm using Lunar Swirls 2 and a skull. And for this I'm using basically the same look, except I'm using just all the new gear because I wanted the engravings and the gold. Same blade as before. That way I can keep the perks between the two. And I hit rep 54 during double XP. So I've gone up like 25, 30 reps, something like that, after the last 2 double XP things. Both times double XP came out, I'd played as much as I could physically play. Like, I can only play so much before I start to die a little bit. But let me know if you want to see another characters. Like, I have, just typical looks. Lawbringer, like I said, I'm going to end up playing a little bit of him at some point. But I figured I could go through, kind of show some of these. I wasn't sure exactly which character the person wanted to see or what they want. So I don't want to make the video too long, so I'm just kind of run through, show what some of my characters end up looking like. Obviously, some of these are just slapped together. They're attempts at getting a certain gear rating. So some of these are not actually what I would be using. Like this one, it has 3 perks. I wouldn't actually really go for the look. It looks fine, but like this is my actual look that I like to use, although I don't have any perks. So same thing kind of goes for Raider. A lot of his stuff looks pretty similar. This one I'm still waiting on the chest plate for the new gear. I just want to know what it looks like all together. But that's basically it. Like I said before, let me know down below. My spring break has been going on for about a week now. I'm in the last week, so I've been recording a lot with some of my friends now that they're not recording a lot, playing a lot with some of my friends. We've been doing some For Honor, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. We're going to be doing MKX. A lot of stuff. Sorry I'm saying so much. I do that when I'm really tired. So I don't even know why I'm tired. Slept like 9 hours. This one I really like. I really like the looks to these. I would play Valkyrie if she just had better perks. Like, she just doesn't have any of the perks that I personally care for. This one I've never changed the sword. I got the 3 perks and then I just never changed the sword because I've been looking for a different sword. I just don't know what I want. Also, I did get a question from one of you guys. I tried to answer it as best I could about executions. They're asking which executions they should get, who they should run it for, and stuff like that. So, baseline for executions when you're looking for them, you just need to figure out if you throw an effect on your execution before you look at all of them, you can kind of tell when you're going to get the health when the effect goes off. Because that's the important thing, is knowing when you'll get your health. I can talk about that at the end of this video, or I guess if you want it more detailed, I can do that in a whole separate video and talk about that. But I'll touch that topic at the end here, because we finally hit these guys. You know, I haven't even customized those fully at all. Sandy's strong. I'm not a fan. JJ and Monk I played quite a bit though, but once I got him to rep 8 and I got the gear for him, I was like, cool. All right, so just touching on the topic of the executions. So what I'm running for Warden is the spinning decapitation, because you get your health quickly. And I was playing Breach a lot in double XP because me and my team got the time down to like 5 to 8 minutes per attack or defense. We were able to get both of them down to that extent. And I can tell you guys how to do that if you really want. You do need a reasonably good team, which some of the times we didn't have. Now, the spinning decapitation is good for the sole fact that you get health quickly. It's not a ton of health, but you get health. You know, you want the health quickly. I also have this on, because right there, as soon as you see the effect hit, is when I get my health. This part, I was getting hit out by the pikemen. Who really cares? I got my health and I could back off. This one is kind of a... It's fast, but not too fast, and you get a good amount of health back. This one I never used in Breach. It's just there, I guess. I didn't really use that. This one would also be relatively medium. I put that kind of where this is. The reason I end up liking this one is because wherever you kill your opponent, you take a big step back, the pikemen will miss you, and you normally can get the health. It's situational, and I don't know how else to better describe that. But that's roughly what you want to look for. Just remember, the longer the execution, the more health you gain. The faster the execution, the less health you gain, but you get your health. So you always want to at least have a fast and a slow, or a fast and a medium execution on. Like this one, you'd get your health back very quickly as soon as you stab them. There's your health. But all of this extra stuff right here is time you could be doing something else. And you could use that when the pikemen are getting close, get knocked out by the pikemen. You could use this at B in Dominion, get knocked out. And that's just a brief touch on it, since I know someone asked about it. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you want a certain character to be touched on for certain looks or whatever I'm running here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.